Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we've got tons on the agenda, installing a lot of new parts, rear shocks, a new crash bar, everything going along with some new cams as well. So stick around, you get to see the whole process. The first thing that I got up to was removing this stock Fat Boy rear suspension that I've been running on my bike. It was definitely a step up from what came stock on this bike originally, but it's time for this to go. I'm looking for definitely a different stance, something that's taller and with a little bit more travel, and so I went with a 14-inch shock on the rear end. Also went with black because I think that having black suspension on this bike just suits it. The color matching is a little bit nicer, and aesthetic is one of the things I'm going for as I'm kind of updating parts and figuring out, how to make this exactly mine. So I really like the stance of the bike with the new rear suspension on. There's some custom spaces that I made for that rear suspension as well. And then here is actually some custom plates that I had to make up to mount the crash bar that I ended up getting for my bike. And so I looked at a bunch of different crash bars that were available, and I didn't really like kind of the shape or the fit of a lot of them. I ended up landing on this one, which is actually a crash bar from the 2009 Road King, and I did a little bit of fitment to it so that it would work with my dyno frame, and chopped the lower Delrin sliders so that it had a little bit better of a lean angle, but I really love the way that it looks, and I think I'll work on those top Delrin sliders as well and chop them in a bit more too, but I think it suits the bike and I love it. So I got rear cylinder and overlap, so the front is on the bottom portion of the cam lobe, so I'm cutting out the push rods now.
I wish that everyone I knew was dead, so that I never have to pick up the phone.
Save these guys because I use like the collars and a couple other components with springs and stuff.
Outside of screaming, I think I want sticks and stones.
Grimy back there, I gotta clean. So my camera died. I got a little carried away and ahead of myself. Remove the push rods, remove the tappet covers, remove the tappets, pulled all the guts. Runout's amazing on the crank. Only 2 thou, which is like a fucking unicorn. And there's the cam plate pulled, some of the components. I just gotta do some bearings. That's next. You guys, just a little update here. I absolutely love working on this bike. Pulling apart the motor and digging deep into it like this, I can't describe it. I'm pretty happy right now. Also just kind of giving everything a once over and a little shine. Hit it with some mothers and bringing everything back to kind of like OEM. So I'm removing both of those inner cam bearings here, using a tool, specialty tool, to pull them out so I don't damage the case. Let me tell you, out of this whole process, the biggest pain in the ass was getting a hold of one of these tools, especially because I ordered a first one and it ended up coming in from Amazon and it was completely destroyed when it got to my house. It was missing most of the stuff. It was all bent to shit, like someone had drove over it with a car. But I got it sorted out and was able to finally use the tool to pull those inner cam bearings. So here you can see the bearings are smoked. I could turn the rollers with my finger, but they were kind of crunchy. It was definitely time for me to switch out those bearings. The ones that come stock are garbage. In a newer model twin cam, they're not as bad as they used to be, but I recommend replacing all of them with nice needle bearings like the ones I have in here. You'll see I have to mount a plate that just mounts on the front of the bolts for the cam cover, and then you use this special tool along with some assembly lube just to press both those in and have them in now. There's the old cams, they're smoked. Lots of discoloration, I'm guessing because they're overheating. I'm putting the Reaper 574 cams in. I've heard amazing things from Feuling products, and when I kind of looked at all my different options, I decided these cams would be the best. So here it is installed with the cam plate. And my tappets, I picked up some new tappets and I let them soak. You should always soak your lifters, you guys, to make sure that they're full of oil before you use them. If you don't, you're going to run into problems. So that's with my first set of adjustable push rods in there. This was also kind of a bitch of a process. I've never done adjustable push rods before, and you know, it's setting the lash and stuff. Like, it wasn't difficult, it just took a long fucking time. And like, I can see why people pull a lot of components, like pulling the air cleaner off and stuff, just to make it ease of access and easy to get those little wrenches in there, because there's a couple times I wanted to put my head through the wall. There's with the second set of adjustable push rods in. I'm definitely getting to the point like now where I'm starting to see the home stretch of the process, and I'm excited. Like, I've done work to my bike. I had to take a little break for some inspiration there as well. I've done lots of work to my bike. I've been in the primary, I've dug around in lots of other areas, I've done the handlebars, pretty much everything else, every other bolt I've touched. But now starting to get into some of the heavier engine work is what really excites me. So she's all done, she's buttoned up, my new push rod covers are on there. I think they look amazing. I kind of shined up everything, those tappet blocks, everything like that. And then now I just have to reinstall my exhaust. I was happy because this kind of gives me a chance to get in there and clean everything behind the exhaust, clean everything behind those push rods as well that I couldn't. So I brightened the engine as I went and got those hard to reach places. Got my mini floorboard on there now, my brake lever, everything back up, my exhaust done, all that. So it's a moment of truth, you guys. Did I absolutely fucking destroy this engine, or is she gonna turn over for me? I'm nail biting just as much as you. First start, baby, here we go.
She runs.